Hey, it's your girl TrendyTina here at the Tiny Sheep Boutique. I just want to take a quick moment to give you guys a quick little tutorial on how to adjust your rings. I know many of you have asked me before or told me that you guys would love to buy rings from Paparazzi. However, sometimes your finger is really tiny and they don't fit. Now, our average rings at Paparazzi fit between a size 5 through a size 10. They all have an elastic backing. However, sometimes the rings are still too big for those who have a smaller finger than a size 5. Now, elastic makes it sometimes bigger. So they say it fits about a size 5 to a size 10, but if you have a smaller finger, then it may be loose on you. And if you're like me, you like your rings a little more snug, then this is the video for you, okay? So now let me just start off by saying that as a Paparazzi independent consultant, I am not able to alter any of Paparazzi's jewelry. It is against compliance for me to do so. So this tutorial is just meant for those who want to make a purchase on a ring and want to know how they themselves can make the rings smaller. Okay, so once you purchase your jewelry from me, I mail it to you. What you do with it is your business because it's yours. You've owned it, you've bought it already, therefore it's yours. Okay. So to start off the tutorial on the rings, I'm going to show you guys what it is that you're going to need in order to make your rings fit snugger or smaller, okay? So the first one is the Stretch Magic. This one is the 0.5 millimeter in diameter. Now I get this at like Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. I tend to wait till I have like their 40, 50, or 60% off coupon in order to purchase this, but I have had this for quite some time. I've adjusted many rings and I still have plenty more. So I think after the discount, I think this was probably maybe $3. So it's worth a little bit of investment if it's something that you want to adjust as far as your rings. Regular price I think was like 5 something for if you don't happen to have a coupon. But Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby's, those type of craft places have this Stretch Magic, okay? So you'll need the Stretch Magic, a pair of scissors, maybe a tiny bit of pliers, but it's not really required. And these just came with my Paparazzi kit, but you can find these at like Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, those type of places as well. Okay, so for me, on an average, I know that I need 9 links in order for my ring to fit me snug the way I like it. On an average, I'm somewhere between 3 1/4 and a size 4 in rings. I tend to wear my rings on my ring finger, which are kind of like maybe a 3 3/4 and a 4, somewhere in that realm, okay? So the Paparazzi rings, when you purchase them from me, have the knots on the inside. They have that little bit of elastic in between the links, okay? So what you're gonna do to get started is you're gonna very slowly and gently. Now, mind you, this is gonna take the elastic band, a pair of scissors, but a whole lot of patience. Okay, so be mindful that it will be a little time consuming, but it'll be worth it in order for you to look stylish in the end, okay? So you'll take the elastic very gently, right? And snip it so that you can remove all the links, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera down so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. So again, you just pull this apart gently, take a pair of scissors, and snip it on both sides and gently lay down those links, okay? So I've already done that with this ring that I'm working on here. I just went ahead and got some of the links started for the purpose of saving some time, okay? So then what you do is you generously, now it could be a little wasteful, but it's kind of like when you're sewing, you always want to allow yourself a good amount of thread so that you don't lose it and have it come out the eyelet while you're sewing, right? While you're hand sewing. So you take a generous amount of elastic, right? And you loop it just like this. If you can see it. Okay. So almost loop it in and have the 2 ends come out from the inside of this hole, okay? So it looks like that, coming out from the inside. And then one by one, again, this requires a lot of patience. Now I do these 2 at a time, but I kind of messed up starting this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and ring these through real quick, or as quickly as I can. And then I will continue showing you how I should have started this, okay? How I should have started this. Again, this is just going to be a little time consuming. I'm doing this the wrong way. I normally loop them 2 at a time. I'm doing it a little bit backwards here. But bear with me while I get these few done, and then I'll go back to showing you how I would normally do it. Okay. Now again, once you've gotten the hang of it, it is not too hard, and sometimes you can do 2 links at a time. All right, here we go. So again, these have a few links in them already. And if one side gets too short, you can just pull from one side, because you want them to have a nice even on both sides is what you're hoping for. Pulling out from one side, kind of like when you're tying a shoe. Okay, so that's how it'll look after you put a few links in. So I've put 6 links in, so I'm going to put 3 more because that's on an average what I need, about 9 links. So I kind of put them side by side in between my fingers. That's how I usually do it. And then you see there's 2 little holes on that link, and I slip one side in and then the other side, and then ring it through, and then they poke out, and then I gently pull out a little bit so I have a good grip, and then let it fall. Okay, and then I continue doing that. Again, I have a really tiny finger. On an average, the ring has about, let's see, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 links, and I need to take out 3. Now, other consultants will show you tutorials on how to snip these little links out, which you can do. If maybe you're just taking out 1 or 2 links, then it may not be too bad for you to do it that way. However, there's a few times where you can snip the whole ring if you're going a little too fast. And in which case, if that happens, you'll still need to do this in order to be able to get your ring back together. Okay, so this is the last one. That should be my 9 little links. Okay, let me double check. So again, now just be very careful if you drop this and you're not holding it, those links will fall out. So I have 3, 6, 9 in mine, okay? So now, the paparazzi ring, when you buy it, will have the knot on the inside. Let's see if you see that right there. The knot on the inside, right? But because we are makeshifting ourselves, the knot will be on the outside. But hopefully not so big that it will bother you. So now you take that one and now you link it in through the other side twice. Okay, and then you pull it all together. Hold on, it's tangled here. There we go. All right, and so now you see you have the ring looks like it normally would. The only difference is that the knot is now going to be on the outside instead of the inside. Now this one I did it with the wider elastic. And you can see the knot is on the outside, but I tend to wear my rings on my ring finger, and I just leave the elastic on the outside so it doesn't really rub in between my fingers, okay? So, but I'm doing this one with a smaller elastic, and you have those 3 extra links in case you need to use them for anything later on. Maybe your ring breaks later on, you have 3 extra links, okay? So move that out the way. And we're down to the last step. So now we take this here, and this is where I generously make lots of knots, okay? So I tie, okay? I tie and I tighten. Remember, it is still elastic, so don't pull too hard. If your elastic is wider, you can put a little tighter so that I can really get a tight knot. But if you have this thin one, the way I have, the 0.5 millimeter, you don't need to pull that hard, because if you do, you're gonna pop the elastic and have to start again, okay? Again, I generously knot it. Sometimes do like 6 because I don't want it to pop while I'm wearing it, okay? So I keep tying it and tying it and tying it and tying it. Okay, one more to be safe. And again, when you have a lot of the elastic, it could seem wasteful again, but it is easier to make the knots, okay? So now, as you can see, I have the little knots at the end, but because the elastic is really thin, it'll eventually go in that hole and can be on the inside. Just got to be very careful when you're snipping that off. Okay, so now you can see the ring is substantially smaller. Let me show you. This is one that isn't altered. This one is a ring, just how it comes from Paparazzi. And this is the ring that I altered. Okay? Now you can see it takes a little bit of patience. So now I'm going to slip it on my finger and make sure that it fits. And now you can see it does not want to come off. It is not super tight, right? But it definitely is fitted for my ring, for my hands now, okay? And then what you do is very, very gently and carefully, you take with your little scissors and you just snip, leaving just a tiny bit of excess. Okay? So then, I know it's hard to see because it's so clear. So you have a tiny bit of excess. Now, again, you can pull that through, and now the knot is on the inside and not visible. And ta-da! So now I have a gorgeous ring that's gonna match my other accessories that is no longer super loose on me and fitted. So even these tiny fingers can look super, super stylish. Okay? So I hope that you guys like this cute little tutorial. I kind of wanted to make it under like 10 minutes, but things happen. But I hope that you liked the little tutorial on how to alter your paparazzi rings so you can look fabulous every day of the week. I hope you guys had a great time and found this useful. If you did, leave me a comment or send me a message and let me know that you really appreciated this video. Okay? I will talk to you guys soon. Again, signing off from TrendyTina and the Tiny Chic Boutique. Be blessed.